Vistaprint for business cards. But did you know we print everything you need to brand your business? We print banners and signs that t-shirts and hoodies. Right now, new customers can get 20% off with code
All right, what's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday. Gonna get started on these charts today. I hope everybody had a good day. We hit 1,000 subs last night. Really excited about that. I appreciate every single one of you guys. If you saw, we put the requirements in for the giveaway. It's gonna happen at the end of this week. So, really awesome. Appreciate you guys. It's been wild the past couple months. But let's get to it here. On the charts, we've got... sorry, let me fix my camera there. We've got some interesting looking charts tonight. For those of you that caught last night's trade, it's pretty good. We caught, I believe, after that candle here, where we got in down here, it was roughly at the bottom, 28 pips. I know a lot of people got out right before the news, right at break-even area, but it was a good trade last night. It was a good setup. Obviously, it's rejecting this area again. But moving on, Euro AUD, and if we look at volume tonight, USD JPY's got the volume, and it has just continued to buy for the past... Oh boy, it's been on an uptrend since... we're looking at almost a week now. It's a week-long uptrend here on USD JPY, 6 days and 12 hours. So the dollar is rebounding, which must mean, yeah, gold dropped. So looks like gold's getting a major retest right here of this zone. Could be coming back down, but it gapped up for the session. Yeah, I got you, Adele. It gapped up for the session, so gold's probably going to be bearish this session. Just a heads up, guys. Gapped up. Big retest zone coming up here. Euro JPY, the chart we charted that out a couple days ago, looks like it did play out. Looks like it's retesting an area here. Could keep going, or this could double top. So we're going to wait to see what happens here. Looking at it on the 1 hour chart, looks more like a double top to me. Looks like it's a pretty strong support at this fair value gap. Should see this move down, but it is overall in a pretty bullish sentiment. With that being said, probably won't touch this chart until we get any more confirmations of what it is actually going to do. I typically don't like to touch charts that don't have our rules required to take the trade. I would say this one does look like a buy on the 4 hour with this big bullish engulfing candle on the previous 4. Well, almost a bullish engulfing candle on the previous 4. But it looks like it's starting to move to upwards, but would like to see it break these highs again before we were to get in anything. Moving on to GJ. GJ, high highs here, guys. Looks like we got a major rejection of a zone. The zone is definitely a little higher now. But major rejection of a zone. If you're taking a look at this chart from here, 1, 2, and 3 rejections. On the 4 hour, it does look bearish. We are moving downward. We certainly could look to take sells on this. I'm not totally sold on it yet. Don't love the chart. If we take a look at it on the 1 hour, it is using the EMA ribbon as a support here. However, the previous high, it did not break, so it is a confirmed downtrend. We could see it go this way on the 1 hour. 4 hour looks pretty bearish too. Miguel, Dynax, Adele, what's going on, guys? Appreciate you coming back in. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, Taylor. You fixed the lights? Perfect, thank you. So GJ we'll keep an eye out on. We're going to keep an eye on GJ. Put that as a yellow flag. CHF JPY absolutely blew through the zone that we talked about yesterday. We had 1, 2, and 3 here yesterday. We were looking to take sells. We ended up dismissing this chart based off it not meeting our rules. So it did not fully meet all the rules, and that is why we didn't get in it. However, oh, sorry about that, guys. It absolutely blew through this area. Mission Crowny, what's going on, man? How are you? Good to see you. Absolutely blew through this zone. If we drop down on CHF JPY here to like the 6-month chart, this thing is at all-time highs. Again, this looks like a gold chart. This thing is massive. Let me get rid of that there, guys. This thing's huge. This hasn't stopped moving. Those are 6-month candles, by the way. So, looking at that chart, no real indication of if it's going to come back down. I would suspect we're going to get rejection here, and it's not going to keep climbing. But, we'll see. We'll see. What's up, Isaac? A good amount. 5 figures. But again, CHF JPY is at an extremely high. This is the highest it's ever been. Like I told you guys about gold, when it was at the highest it's ever been and kept breaking highs, it's got to come down at some point. I don't necessarily want to gamble on it coming down at some point. So really no market structure there. We're going to unflag that one. AUDJPY, let's take a look at this chart here. Looks like it did the same thing as CHFJPY. Very, very strong uptrend. Let's hop to the 4-hour to start our analysis on this one. Very, very strong uptrend. If we go take a look at a further chart here, let's go look at like the week or the 3-month chart. Yeah, it hasn't been this high since the 90s. Literally, Monday, the 1st of October in 1990 was the last time that it was this high. So, that's pretty wild. Personally, again, really high highs. I don't love taking high highs like that. I don't love taking really high buys or sells without any confirmation. So, not really something that I'm going to be looking at. So, AUDJPY is off the... So, here again, this is Euro CHF. We've been watching these lows for quite some time now. We've been watching these lows over the past week. It's pretty much rejected them every time. We had a nice little spike here. But we've seen it reject these lows several times. Again, this is the lowest that Euro CHF has been since TradingView has it. So, like, you can go as far back on TradingView as you want. It hasn't been this low. This is the absolute lowest. This is the bottom of the bottom. So, keep that in mind when looking at this chart. But, again, hopping to the 4-hour here. Looks bullish in my opinion. But, again, I would want to see it somewhere up here before we got in. Obviously, we drew these take profits the other day when we started to see it reject right here. It did indeed go through to TP2, but not a trade that we ended up taking because this EMA ribbon has not been flipped at all, and it's been months. Moving on, Euro AUD. This is the trade from yesterday, I believe. Like I said, we got out right before news with some profit. We scalped a little bit as well. This big candle showing rejection, the 4-hour showing rejection again. This fair value gap, it's caught in between two of them. I don't love the trade anymore. Desmond, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you guys. Appreciate everyone joining.
Kick off the new year in new true.
Show up for 2020.
Appreciate everybody joining again tonight. We're looking at the charts, see if we got anything for tonight, guys. Looks like we have somewhat of a break and retest here on the 4-hour chart here. This is the NZD USD chart. Overall sentiment on this chart looks like it is a sell. Certainly looks something like a double top, but again, in order for us to take our trades, we need to have a full candle closure below the EMA ribbon. We have the fair value gap created. We have the sentiment of it being a downward movement. We have a reversal at a key point. So we have 3 out of the 4 that we would need to take this trade. We just need a candle closure below the EMA ribbon, and we may get that. Looking at the 1 hour. It happens, Desmond. It's all a learning process. But yeah, it looks like a pretty strong sell on the 1 hour, to be honest with you guys. It looks like a strong sell. We're certainly gonna we're certainly going to look at this, but our key zone right here that we need to break is going to be right there. That's the key zone right there that we need to break to figure out which way we're going. I'd like to see it break and retest, but it's a possibility it could do none of the above. So again, really important to keep in mind. We got to follow the rules. We got to follow our rules. GBP AUD, very interesting consolidation pattern here on GBP AUD. We'll start on the 4 hour, as we always do. Super, super big consolidation here. A lot of consolidation. We don't trade consolidation. However, we can trade reversals. Really interesting chart, to be honest with you. I'd like to look at the higher time frames here. This is the 6-month candle. So it has been here before, unlike the other pairs that we analyzed a little bit earlier. It has been here before. Boy, that is a massive, massive. Let's just take a look at the day. That's a weird day close. The day closed bearish, but it was a massive dragonfly. Not really loving the chart, to be honest with you. You probably could see it come up and create another wick up here. But not loving this chart. We're going to stay away from this one. On the day, the 4 hour, you could try and buy it up because this is such a strong support. You can try and buy it up for 50 pips, see if it'll get here, or maybe even here for 100 pips. It's certainly a possibility, but again, doesn't meet all of our rules. So not necessarily something that I'm going to get in. Sydney, what's going on? How are you? All right, another interesting chart here. 4 hour chart, USD CHF. We have... So USD CHF looks a lot like USD JPY did, where we had market open over here. This was last week's market open that gapped down. We broke it, and we're now retesting this zone right here. So right here is our zone that we're retesting. We could see this swing to the upside. Based on just straight market structure. Yeah, I'll go over them a bunch of times. But essentially, we need number one is going to be a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon or below the EMA ribbon. This is identified as an uptrend. So on the 4 hour, because it has higher lows and higher highs. So we've identified the trend. That's one. Two, we've identified that we need to have a candle closure above or below the EMA ribbon. We need it to also make sure that we have a reversal at a key point and then a fair value gap created. So we don't quite have any of those, all of those yet. We have some of them, but we don't have all of them. So again, and I'll go over those rules a couple more times tonight as we go through these charts. Again, not a fan of this chart. GBP CAD absolutely dropping off. Trading in between two zones, but certainly showing some bearish sentiment here. Pretty much all the technicals are a sell. A little bit of a fair value gap here that looks like we had some problems breaking last time we were at this area. It certainly had a big old wick here. It could be wicking here to come back up this way, or we could finish off this M move with a measuring move right here to down here we'd be targeting. You'd look at possibly 30 to 60 pips. Very possible on this chart. I'm going to mark it as a sell. Not the biggest fan of the chart overall. Kind of in no man's land. You're trading, looking at trying to trade here in between two zones that have been really consolidating, not necessarily giving us a key point of reversal like here or right here. I don't really typically like to trade in no man's land right here. We like to make sure we're at key reversal points. So based on this chart, I'm going to mark it as a sell. We'll see what happens, just based on the hour chart as well. it does have a very solid break of structure here, and it broke and it retested the zone. So on the 1 hour, I am going to draw a micro zone here. It's really like this area right here. So we did have a break and retest, and we could look for the downside here. We could look for this to head toward the downside. Certainly very possible. Looks like a pretty decent chart from here on the 1 hour. We did get a 1 hour sell signal a couple hours ago, but it's already moved for 50 pips since then. So I'd probably want to see another retest before we were to get into anything. It retested it once. I'd like to probably see it retest this area again down here before we see it move. Ideally, we don't break this high. Keep this high lower to make sure that we still are in the downtrend. Very important to make sure that you don't come up and re-break previous highs, because that could signal that it is in fact breaking structure again and going back up the other way. GBP NZD, let's see here. I don't love this chart either, guys. I don't love this chart either at all. I'm not even going to say anything about it. I just don't like it. There's nothing to see. Price action is not good. The market structure is not good. It's at a low. You could call it a head and shoulders pattern right here, but not going to bank on it. Not something I'd trade my money with. So GBP CHF was one of the ones that we were looking at yesterday, I believe. If it wasn't yesterday, it was 2 days ago. We drew this out, and it looks like this was the move that we were at. It was this candle right here is what we were looking at. It did come down and come up and take some pips here, but it did end up double topping, and now it's rejecting a pretty strong area here. We should see this move toward the upside. Reason being is it's already made its move on the M here, measuring move, double top, whatever you'd like to call it. It's already made its move. So with that being said, this being a strong resistance and a pretty strong support, I would look to think that this is going to reverse and come this way. But again, we'd need to see full candle closure above the EMA ribbon and have it break this that red fair value gap right here to confirm that we take that trade. I'm going to go ahead and unflag that one. I do like the market structure of this. There's a lot of really good movement, a lot of really predictable movement too. Rejection of this zone, rejection of this zone, predictable movement, which is what we're looking for. Uptrend for sure. All the lows are higher, the highs are higher. It may have just kind of topped off right here, but looking at it, it is a pretty solid looking chart. I just don't have any rules met. At least not all of my rules are met on this one, so not going to look at that chart either. The rest of these charts don't really have much volume in them. I know everyone loves EuroCAD and EuroUSD. I'll take a look at EuroUSD. But like we talked about yesterday, guys, everybody was asking me about EuroUSD. Look at this chart. It's been consolidating since we talked about it last night. It's still consolidating for 2 days and 8 hours. So we're going to either need to see it break a key zone, which would be right here, to see if it would go toward the upside, or break this key zone. And once it broke, we'd need to see a break and a retest before getting in. Or a break and a retest before getting in to see it go to this side. So this is your key zone. This is your key zone. It's just in no man's land. It's in this area right here doing a bunch of BS. We don't want anything to do with this chart. So now that we've went through a bunch of charts, there's only 4 charts that I like tonight. From there, we can watch what happens here. We did just get a new hour candle. Nat Otaku, what's going on? How we doing, man? I do like sells again on Euro AUD. Personally, I do on the 4-hour chart. But like I said, in between 2 fair value gaps, would like to see it blow through this before that happens. We had pretty much this exact pattern back here. Nice. Welcome, though. Good to see you. Good to see you again. We had this exact pattern. earlier, where you had a bullish candle and then a bearish candle reject with no wick. Bullish candle, bearish candle reject with no wick. Very similar. Almost eerily similar right here and right here. With that being said, we'd have to zoom into the hour to see if we'd actually take something, and I'd need to see it break below the CMA ribbon to even consider taking this trade. So we're going to watch this. We're certainly going to watch it. It's an area of interest, but not something that we'd get in right away. NZD USD, back to this chart here. 7K volume, decent amount. Again, looking at the 4-hour chart here, guys, because we do a top-down analysis from 4-hour to 1 hour to 15 minutes. Very important to make sure that you get an analysis on all those so you don't trade against a trend. This is clearly in a downtrend, but we had a bullish 4-hour candle here. We haven't broken these lows in 3 days. It's been 3 days that it hasn't broken these lows. Has it moved since then? Yes, for sure. Each time it's gone to this point, it's gone either up 33 pips or almost 70 pips. To the next zone would be 123 pips. Would be a great catch. However, what goes up must come down, and I don't necessarily love buys on this chart. I like sells a lot better than I like buys on this chart. That's what I'm seeing. Again, GBP CAD, back to this chart here. Just an odd looking chart. The only thing I'd actually like is sells. Daniel, what's up, man? How you doing? Arsema Daniel, good to see you again. Happy to have you back in the stream. Welcome. The break of structure is key here, and I'm going to explain this break of structure to you guys. I know I see it visually very well, but I'm going to draw it out for you. So here was your channel. Here was your uptrend, right? Very, very clear uptrend. I'm using TradingView to draw right now, but I trade on liquid brokers. Very, very clear uptrend. It's not going to be exact, but very, very clear uptrend. Here's your channel, right? This was your break of structure right here. I'm going to write it out for you so everybody can see. Break of structure. Oops. Here was your break of structure. Boy, I hate when that's that big. Whatever. Alright, so there's your break of structure. We have a clear uptrend, a break of structure, and we did retest it. So let's zoom in. We broke it and we retested it right here. Broke it, retested it, and now we're coming down. Now the question is it going to continue down this way? Or are we going to see it retest the zone again before it comes back down? That's what we want to know. That is the million-dollar question. I personally like sells on this chart. I do. If we hop down to the 15-minute here, we also got a sell signal roughly 3 hours and 45 minutes ago. And it certainly did pan out. Since that sell signal on that candle, it went for 34 pips. My only concern is that this possibly is going to do exactly what it did over here. And this could just be a liquidity grab and come all the way down here and go right back up. But based off the solid break of structure that we had over here, I like sells on this chart. This is probably my most favorite chart of the night so far in terms of the way it looks and the overall market structure of it. It's probably the most solid looking chart. GJ, again, going back to GJ, guys, it's just been on an uptrend for so long, and we know if we learned anything from gold over the past couple weeks, it's that once it hits a high, it is eventually going to come down, but we need confirmation. We need confirmation that it's going to come down. We're not just going to jump in and take it because it rejected this area. Could you make some pips? Yeah, it is probably going to come down and retest the CMA ribbon for 85 pips. Nice, there you go. Yeah, David, I don't trade gold. Yeah, if you longed it last week, you could have blown a whole account. Look at that swing on gold. You're long it for minus 117,000. Yeah, I mean, this is brutal. Absolutely brutal dump off. And then it came back up and dumped off again. But as we know, the dollar also is very, it aligns with the US dollar. So if the US dollar is dropping, this is moving up. If gold is dropping, the US dollar is moving up. In this case, the US dollar has been moving up and gold's been dropping. Clear indication there that those two do correlate inversely. With that being said, until we know what one or the other is doing, not worth it. Not worth it. Your next zone here on USD JPY is roughly 25 pips away. I think it's safe to say you'll probably get there, but again, I don't like buying on prolonged uptrends because they can reverse or drop at any time. So buying at prolonged uptrends for me, out of the question. Not something I'm going to do. Boy, I do like them sells on Euro AUD. Exact same trade as yesterday. I'd like to see a candle closure below this EMA ribbon, and we could look to probably take sells to, let's draw it out here. So that's the top of the zone. That doesn't give you much room. That would be your first zone. Your second would be like right here, and your third would obviously be closer to the bottom. You could actually have this as a zone, and this is a take profit as well. So if you were to look at this trade and get in right now, which again, we're not yet, at the best, 90 pips, 3 would be 58 pips, 2 would be 40 pips, and 1 would be roughly 13 to 14 pips. Still a very solid looking chart, a solid looking buy. I'm concerned about this area being a resistance for it now that it's on an uptrend. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. But it's a decent looking chart. We can even drop down to the 5-minute and analyze it. Oops, sorry guys. On the 5-minute here, oh, this thing's dropping off. The 5-minute, you could go for 12 pips. Ideally, we'd want to see it retest this region and then come down. Ideally. Because again, you don't just want to sell on a downtrend. You want to wait for a retest of a confirmation of a key level. Your key level is right here. I can draw that a little cleaner for you. That's your key level right there. So, like, you'd need to see it break and retest this. And that's just on a 5-minute chart. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could short it on the way down. You certainly can. Yeah, you could. You'd have to have extremely good risk management skills and know how to make sure you don't over leverage your account. There's a lot of factors in play there. We have a lot of new traders in here. A lot of new traders in the chat. I typically don't scout both ways live like this when we're teaching the strategy. We typically use higher time frames to view overall market structure and then zoom into smaller time frames to get actually jump in a trade. But yes, you could sell this and buy it back up and sell it and buy it back up. It's more of an advanced scalping trading technique that I certainly do on my own time, but not for the purpose of this stream. If that's something that you guys do want to see, though, let me know, and we certainly can pivot and do more streams like that, or in the Discord actually just have, maybe private, little sessions in the Discord where we talk about micro scalping your way up and down trades. It is much higher risk, much higher risk. You need to use a smaller lot size because you're banking on both ways. But trend burst. I run a very large golf course. I'm a PGA member. I run a pretty big golf course called LPGA International. I certainly could walk away from it and do this full time, but I make really good money doing both. So I'm not going to say no to 2 streams of income. Doesn't really make sense right now. But within the next year, I will be doing this full time. I still stream 5 days a week, so streaming full time as well. Doing both right now. I'm young enough to be able to do both. I'm hoping in the next year, though, I'll be full time on this. And again, it's not because I can't. It's because for me, it doesn't make sense right now. But good question. I know everybody asks that. At least twice a stream I get that question. Yeah, it does. I mean, I tell everybody you better have at least 12 months of bills in your bank account. 12 months of bills and a major fund. Like a $50,000 trading account. You got to have some money. Because your mistakes are going to happen, right? Losses are going to happen. Nobody wins 100% of the time. So you need to make sure that you don't necessarily have to risk a lot. You just have to trade the same system over and over again. If you find a system that works, you have to be able to emotionally discipline yourself to trade that over and over again. But again, also analyzing the charts properly is a huge part of it. Like, that's just step one. Making sure you analyze the charts properly. We just got a sell signal on the 5-minute, guys. We just got a sell signal on the 5-minute. Wow, look at that 15-minute drop off. Look at this 15-minute drop off, because this is my indicator. So it takes all my rules into account. So that is why I can just click it off just like that. But these are levels that we were looking at to take profit on. So we've already pre-drawn out levels as if we were going to get in the trade, because I'm pretty much going over everything. Ania, how you doing? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with using prop firms. Just realize they're very strict on how they allow you to trade. I personally don't like prop firms, but if you don't have the means to trade your own capital, there's nothing wrong with trading prop firms at all. Nothing wrong with trading prop firms at all. Yeah, I don't really day trade stocks. Anthem. Just foreign exchange. I can certainly take a look at it in a little bit, but we're trying to figure out if we're going to get in a trade tonight. I'm not loving these charts, to be honest with you. I mean, if you like to scalp trade, the 15-minute and the 5-minute. I know a lot of people like the 1-minute. I don't like the 1-minute at all. I think there's too much movement. I think there's a lot of fake outs. There's a lot of it toys with your emotions. Trading 1-minute charts. I think there's a lot of things that go into the 1-minute chart that I just do not like. I have no idea what a Mr. Beast coin is. Yeah, GBP NZD's moving.
Unlimited everything for just $10 a month?
GBP NZD. Let's see here. Man, GBP NZD it did meet most of our criteria there. Yeah, it got really cold here, man. Yeah, it got really cold here, man. It got so cold in Florida. It got so cold here. Yeah, there's a huge difference between sports betting and trading. Like, massive difference. One's gambling, this is taking calculated risk. So, huge difference between the two. I'm not really trading Bitcoin at all. I don't trade any cryptocurrencies right now. We marked these, like I was telling everybody last stream, and actually over the past 10 streams, we marked these zones out on USD, on Bitcoin weeks ago, and they hit the exact marks. It's pretty wild. But I just don't like trading Bitcoin. So those Euro AUD cells look good. If we look at the day chart, the day chart's bearish, but the previous day closed bullish. It totally retested this zone too, but again, the 4 hour looks nice. If we were to get in, we'd want to get in somewhere down here. Obviously, the area that we already talked about earlier, this was the area we wanted to see it break. It actually did already. Yeah, Forex is trading currency pairs. That is correct. That's what this is. Not long on any cryptos, no. I don't really trade crypto. I did for a little bit, but I just like the overall market structure of foreign exchange. It is so much better. It's been around longer. It has zones, major key zones. It's really only influenced by some news, some geopolitical news. I just think it's a better vehicle to make money, a better and more reliable, in my opinion. Yeah, they are invasive, and everybody does hate them. They are, yeah, they're gross. I'm not a fan of them. Hey, there you go, trend burst. It's not a bad idea. I don't know, the only chart that I really like, guys, is this Euro AUD chart, to be quite honest with you. The only chart that I like is this Euro AUD chart. And again, it makes me a little nervous taking sells on it again. But it's the only chart that really looks good. And we can turn this off real quick. Desmond, that's funny. Nah, we mostly got gators and storks and eagles and rabbits and shit. I don't know, guys. That 4 hour looks like it's going to come down at least to this area. At least 30 pips. We're moving into what? We just got a new 15-minute candle. If we got a sell signal on this, I'd take it. It looks like we can go to low time frame tonight. Just again, you have to be cognizant of this area right here. We'd like to see this before essentially a retest of that zone that we just created. You have to realize when a prop firm says they're giving you $100,000, they're only giving you $5,000 drawdown. So essentially, you only have $5,000. Prop firm money is not real money until you get past their evaluation stage. And then once you pass that, you have very strict guidelines that you need to follow. So I would just make sure you read the rules and regulations of what prop firm you're getting into if you're going to trade one. Again, guys, I don't trade prop firms. I trade my own capital. I personally don't believe in them. I don't like that a business model is set up to have people trade a certain way. We're waiting though. I'm pretty patient with my trades. I know a lot of you guys have been here for a long time. A lot of you guys have been watching me for a couple months now, and you know that I don't rush into trades at all. We wait for our confirmations. We've got to have our 4 confirmations. On this one, we do have, once this 15-minute candle closes, we will have a confirmed downtrend, a reversal at a key point, a candle closure below the EMA ribbon, and a fair value gap formed. That's our confirmations right there. We have 4 of them. If this candle closes, we'll have 4 confirmations. Sometimes it does come back up and retrace, though. I'm trying to avoid that. But again, if you're getting in a trade, just expect to hold some drawdown. You're not going to snipe every trade. Anyone that tells you they do is full of it. My biggest teacher, this thing called trial and error. I was stubborn, and I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and tried, but it's hard to sit through YouTube videos. Good question, Desmond. And live streaming wasn't really a thing when I started trading, so I would have learned from someone, that was live streaming if I could have. It wasn't a thing. I don't have that's why in all my videos I have all my videos are no longer than 11 minutes. I know nobody has attention spans anymore, including me. Not calling people out. It's just hard to sit and watch a video and try and fully digest it and understand it. And then you watch it once and you're like, I should probably watch that again. So EA still could be a buy. See a fractional change of structure from the 4 hour. We could take a look here. No, that thing just absolutely wicked. Did you see that? Hold on. Yep, we just got our sell signal here. You see this, guys? We just got that sell signal right there. See it pop up? Popped up live right there. You guys want to take it? It matches all of our criteria. Let's see, did it do it on the 5-minute? Oh yeah, we got it on the 5-minute too. Yeah, this is a nice looking trade. Yeah, wow, look how much it moved since it printed that. It's moving, that's for sure. I'm just holding. I'm not getting in it yet. Again, I think we're gonna get retracement. So this is how the market moves, guys. The market doesn't just go straight up and straight down, right? We have movements. We have movements. We have movements. So ideally, instead of catching the main first drop, now that we have a confirmed trend, the candle closure below the EMA, some fair value gaps created here. Now we can wait for a retracement. We can wait for a little bit of a retracement here before we get in. Because we know that's going to happen, especially going into a new hour. On the hour candle, guys, you're going to get retracement, possibly all the way up to this fair value gap right here. This was a massive drop-off, though. We could have gotten sells, but do we have FOMO of missing out on this? Absolutely not. There are so many opportunities in the market. 23 hours a day, 6 days a week, you can trade this market. If you're upset that we didn't catch these 8 to 12 pips, you got bigger problems, you know what I mean? We take what the market gives us. We did get a sell signal on this 15-minute. And typically when we get 15-minute sells, it goes. It goes. It did here. I mean, it did here. But it typically only goes for 1 or 2 candles. And our 15-minute strategy is only good for 10 to 15 pips, which I'm totally fine with. But you have to understand, if you're going to trade this strategy, our goal is 10 to 15 minutes on the 10 to 15 pips on the 15-minute chart. That is it. Can't be greedy about it. Can't be greedy about it, you know what I mean? Greed will kill you. Greed will kill you, guys. In 5 figures. Wow, look at that thing drop. Just remember, every time there's a drop, there's a retracement. So on the hour chart, we may get a great opportunity to get in. On the 4 hour, like we talked about, this thing should fill the zone. But we might see it come up before it goes all the way down. There's a lot of scenarios here, but again, we like the chart. It's a good chart. We're going to see what happens. Let's check some of these other. Essentially, this is my trading strategy that you're seeing on my trading view here. It essentially is. It has all the rules that I've explained in this stream inside this strategy. So I don't really need an AI trading bot. I've been doing this for 15 years, and I've put my rules into this indicator. So this is essentially an AI trading bot. Other than the fact it's not learning. It's executing based off my 4 rules. It only learns if I put new code into it, but I don't necessarily want it to learn. I want it to identify that my 4 confirmations have been met and put a buy or a sell. That's essentially all this is. Between the 2 streams, guys, we have 65 people watching. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Thank you, guys. I hope the information I'm providing is somewhat valuable to you. All right, so we just got a new 15-minute candle here. I think we're going to see some retracement, especially going into an hour candle. But we just got a new 15-minute candle. GBP NZD. Yeah, it needs volume. It's only got 9K. An FVG is a fair value gap. It's a 3-candle pattern, so it's the close, the low of this candle, and the high of this candle. The distance between is called a fair value gap. That's what my rules are. Well, what are my rules? Yeah, like I said, guys, the rules. Essentially, you need a candle closure below an EMA ribbon, a confirmed downtrend and reversal, and a fair value gap created. As well as having trading views technicals on your side never hurts. Yes, the gaps between this candle and this candle. So the candle you're on and the candle that's 2 candles ago. The only indicator I'm using is my indicator. The indicator you're seeing on screen is my personal indicator. It's an invite-only indicator that I had coded for me. That follows those rules that we just went over. Tell you what, I really like sells on this. I really like sells on this chart. Thanks, Desmond. Going against a major trend there, brother. You could. I mean, look, I hope it works out for you. Personally, I think we're going to end up somewhere down here before we get any retracement based off what we're seeing. 10 to maybe 30 pips. But again, the market just doesn't go straight down. Like, look what happened on the way up. So on the way up, it went all the way up here and then retraced down to here. And then it came up. Same thing. This could retrace back up to here and then go back down. Ideally, we'd like to get in on the retracement. Yes, the FVG does include wicks. That's a good question there, Thomas Views. Good question. Fair value gap does include the wicks. Double saddle. That's good that you're trying to build your own. Rush. I can't even read the rest. Rush. It is available on TradingView, but it's invite only. You have to go on my website to get it. Again, guys, this is 15 years of my work all into one indicator, so it's pretty good. It's a pretty good indicator. But it's available on my website, and then it's an invite only. So that's where you got to get it if you want it. You're more than welcome to. If not, you can just learn my strategy the way you are. I don't push sales on people. But if people want it, they're certainly welcome to have it. Just go to tradingwithmatt.ai. We're getting the retracement, and like I said, there's only 11 minutes, 10 minutes and 15 seconds left in this candle, guys, in this hour candle. So I want to see some retracement up here, something that's going to let us know that we're going to come up a little bit and then go back down. It is retracing, yeah. Automate with ATR. What is ATR? Like an automated trader? I could automate this to take buys and sells for me, but I don't want that. There is a point where the human element is irreplaceable. Yeah, it does have some serious settings on it. I am on the East Coast, yeah. I am on the East Coast. I'm not sure what your message before that says, though. For the indicator and to come live with you until we're profitable. I don't know what that means. If you want to rephrase that, I can try and answer. We're getting retracement on the 15, like we talked about. Again, you're just trying to avoid holding drawdown. I have no problem with drawdown, but if you can get in at a better price, it's always good. That's why we wait. Don't have a trigger finger here. You don't want to just be clicking. No reason to have the trigger finger when you're trading. We did get the sell signal for sure. It does meet our rules for sure. Full candle closure below the EMA ribbon. Fair value gap created. Confirmed downtrend. TradingView technicals agree. Everything says sell. But again, we're going to wait for a little bit of retracement going into an hour. I don't enter a trade going into an hour. Because you're going to get movement. I just use simple market structure to place my stop losses and take profits. All I did was look at market structure. Like, here's a point of we broke. This was where we broke to say that we're in a sell. Here was a point of resistance. Here's a point of resistance, and then here's your low. These are my take profits right here. 1, 2, and 3. Simply based off the market structure. That's all you really need. Become profitable and buy a supercar? I don't know if I said that. But yeah, the drawing is going to be this week. The drawing is going to be this week. I'm thinking either tomorrow or we do it at market open on Sunday. Give everybody the weekend to get their posts in and get into the Discord, because you got to be in the Discord for it. We're looking at Euro AUD, Arnett. Euro AUD is the pair that we're looking at. I said the winner gets the indicator. Winners, because there's going to be 3 of them. There's going to be 3 people. They're going to be getting the VIP for life and the indicator for life. 3 people. As long as they're subscribed to YouTube, in the Discord, and yeah, that's really it. But yeah, again, like going into the hour candle here, guys, I never trade going into this hour candle. You wait for the hour candle to open, and then I typically wait 10 to 12 minutes, if not 15. Personally, that's how I do it. Never trade on the hour, and I never trade 10 to 12 minutes, 15 minutes before the hour. I just don't trust that at all. Yeah, no problem, Arnett. Thanks for joining. Yeah, if you want to fly down here, you're more than welcome to come play golf with me. Yeah, look at that rejection, though. Look at that rejection. This is why we wait, guys. If you come to LPGA to play golf, you can get out and play with me for free. Yeah, it's a big wick. This is why we wait. Everybody's like, sell, sell, sell. Oh my gosh, get in, get in, get in. We might have a full bullish engulfing. From when we got the sell signal to when it closed, went for 10 pips. Great. Like I said, 10 to 15 pips is the max that we look for on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, there you go, Desmond. Your buy worked. Yeah, I do. We're not in this trade, but of course, yeah, I always use stop losses. You have to. Yeah, I always use a stop loss. And most of the time, once we get into profit, like 7 to 10 pips into profit, we move our stop losses to break even and close percentages of the trade. I did get to 1K subs. We did yesterday. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Restoration. 3 people are going to get it. We're going to do the drawing live on Sunday. Sunday market open is when we're going to do it. Sunday market open. Yeah, you put a locker in the account, lock the PC. Yeah, that's the goal. I mean, the community's bigger than it's ever been. We're growing astronomically. We had over 65 people in here at one point. If I had to choose something, I personally I hold most of the time from Asian session open through the middle of London session is typically when my take profits hit. That's what typically happens, guys. I don't necessarily dislike swing trading, but like when define swing trading, like a day. That's why I kind of move it back to the day trading category. Typically don't hold for more than 12 hours, though. It's rare. If we do, it's because we're in catastrophic drawdown, and it's very close to a stop loss. We've had that happen before, where we've been in... and this is why you don't take sells right away, guys. Scalping works on Forex. 100% it does. I personally don't like to do it. I don't think you can see the market as clearly, and it is a lot more risky. There's people that have made careers off scalping Forex. Like buying right here and taking, 20 lot trades for 12 pips to make a quick $2,000. There's plenty of people that do that. We've done it on stream. Actually, we scalped the other day. I think it was GBP NZD. Yeah, it's something that you have to be very confident on. You have to really use proper risk management to make sure you don't blow your account. Because scalping is definitely an art. There's an art to scalping. There's a science to scalping. Yeah, I personally think scalping's fun. It's not for everybody. It is not something that you teach live on stream. Like I said, if more people want to see that, I will certainly do that. What, do you want to look at CAD JPY, you said? We're about to get a new hour candle here. I wouldn't touch CAD JPY yet. It looks good, but I wouldn't touch it yet. No, I wouldn't touch it. Yeah, I think what we'll do... That's not a load I'd like to blow. I think what we'll do is we'll do a scalping session in the Discord only. That way everybody can talk, everybody can ask questions. I think we'll do that in the Discord only, not on YouTube. We can do that next week, guys. Alright, we just got the new hour candle here, guys. Yeah, volume's low today. Euro JPY's got volume like always. USD JPY's got volume like always. But volume is a little low today. You gotta remember, wasn't there news this morning? Yeah, there was NFP news today. A lot of people got taken out. A lot of people got liquidated trying to trade NFP news today. A lot of people did. And you had ISM Services PMI, which was minus 3.5 million, or actually was 53.8, was supposed to be 53.5. It was red folder news. And then NFP was interesting for sure. So again, that's why I don't trade the New York session. That's why I do not like trading the New York session. People need to stop watching TV. No joke. I'm just not loving the like I said, we want rejection here. Not total blow through the back through the zone. We want rejection here. Beverly, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. Up to 1,039 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you guys. I mean, it depends. It depends. But yes, there are major market movers. BlackRock, Vanguard, major market movers, 100%. But news is also a major catalyst. Like extreme catalyst. News can absolutely destroy your account, and that is why we do not trade news. All the JPYs are a buy. Well, again, this isn't a bot. This is just a... I guess it could be considered a bot. I don't only use this. This just confirms my rules. No, we're just looking at the 15-minute right now. Oh, thank you. We're just looking at the 15-minute right now. I typically trade on the hour and the 4-hour, which is why we've been looking at this right here. We analyze on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, and sometimes we'll get in on the 15-minute, but we're 3 minutes into the hour candle. I like to see what it does 10 to 15 minutes within the first hour candle. Because a lot of the times you get wick downs or wick ups with rejection. That's typically what you see. Let's look at some of our other trades here. NZD USD trade that we talked about. Still got to break this key level. The GBP CAD. So this was the break of structure that we drew out earlier, guys. Clear break of structure on the hour. The 4-hour. Same thing. Clear break of structure. Drop down to the 15-minute. Again, same thing. As long as it doesn't come up and break this right here and come back into the zone, we'll be all right. But like I said, ideally, we'd want to see it somewhat consolidate in this area before taking a sell to see the downside here and move toward this zone down here. Yeah. Trading gold, period. I just don't like it. Not a fan. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, we've got a couple charts that we're looking at, guys. But again, nothing's been taken. All we've drawn is zones. All we do is have our zones just drawn up. I don't like the wicks on that candle. Because here's what you're seeing too on Euro AUD. While on the 4-hour it is bearish still, because you have lower highs and lower lows on the 4-hour, right? If we go to the 1-hour, we're starting to see a reversal on the 1-hour. So on the 1-hour, you have higher lows if this is indeed the low, and higher highs if this is indeed the high. So you're starting to see this reverse at a very strong support right here. You're starting to see it move this way on the 1-hour. And that's the only reason why we waited on that 15-minute sell signal. That's why we waited and didn't take it. And again, I'm glad we didn't. No, she's just my girlfriend. But no, she does not trade. She used to edit my videos, though. She's really good at editing videos. Now I just have AI do it all. AI took her job. AI took her job for sure. But it's quicker. I mean, I literally copy and paste a link into Opus Clip and it generates 100 clips from a 3-hour stream. You still got to go through them. Sometimes edit them, sometimes rearrange the clips, sometimes move the caption around, but it essentially does 90% of the legwork for you. Opus Clip is fire. But I think I'm getting to the point here where I might have to start. Nah, she does not. She doesn't run it, I'm sorry. They should sponsor me. We should reach out to them. 1 million people use them, though. Yeah, some of that stuff, like I just got the Pro version. I'm in like a trial version of the Pro Gemini to see how good the Nano Banana Pro works. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's the best clipping AI for sure. I agree with you there. I personally think so, yes. That's my personal opinion. But there's plenty of people like that RP guy who was like, I would buy 10 funded accounts at $50 and pass them all and then move on. And I'm like, yeah, okay, good luck trading. This is Euro AUD. I haven't seen anything come through. Let's see here. Oops, sorry guys. I haven't even seen any of that come through. A 24-hour chart. You can look at the day chart if you want. There's your day chart. That's a 24-hour candle. That's a 24-hour candle right there. Euro AUD is this pair that we're looking at right now. Jassy Solo. This is what we're looking at right now. Yeah, Euro AUD. Let's see what happens here. I'm just not liking the rejection that we're getting back up this way. Which pair? It's Euro AUD. Jatalia, nice. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Appreciate you joining. We're waiting on the charts that we marked up already. That's all we're doing. This is the hardest part of trading. Everybody wants to hop in a trade right away. What are we in? What are we in? What are we getting in? What are we getting in? Put me on, bro. Put me on, bro. Put me on, bro. We're putting you on right now, everybody. We've marked out our charts. We know exactly what we're looking for. We're just waiting for all the confirmations. And as of right now, we have none of them. Can't tell you how many times people say that to me. Thomas Views, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks, man. Nice to meet you as well. Appreciate you tuning in. Daniel, what am I listening to in the background? It's just called Lo-Fi Chilled Beats. Free and copyright-free music for streamers. We just got to make sure it's copyright-free, you know? I don't see anything that this kid is saying. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing, guys. If you are not confident enough in your strategy, trade with other people. Trade with other people, you know? We're looking at it on the 1 hour time frame right now, specifically. We've analyzed it on the 4 hour, we've analyzed it on the 1 hour, and the 15. That's where we're watching it right now. Good question, though. Elvis, what's going on? How are you? Look, once you have the system down and it's in place and you can follow your rules over and over again, no problem. It's the same thing. Like, price action and market structure applies to crypto, the stock market, the New York Stock Exchange, foreign exchange market. I just think it follows market structure a lot better. We haven't really planned to enter anything yet, to be honest with you, because this is reversing. We wanted a candle closure below this to take sells for down here. This was our key level, but it isn't really... Look at it reversing. What's his name? Well, who was it? Desmond? Who took buys? Who said they were taking buys for the retracement? They got it at a good spot there. Whoever said they were taking buys on the retracement. It didn't meet my rules, but... Like I said, we didn't want to see it come up here and break these. Yeah, it was Desmond, right? Yeah, there you go. It just didn't meet my rules. Yeah, you could trade stocks the same way that you trade this. A lot of people do it. I used to do it. It's up to you. The thing about foreign exchange trading is you can trade at 1 to 500 leverage. Some brokers even let you go up 1 to 1,000. I personally use 1 to 500, and I love it. That's a very pessimistic way to look at trading. Yeah, I'm aware the trend is down. That's why we're looking at sells. We're just waiting to see what happens here. Because going into this new candle here, this new candle, we're going to see if it's actually using this EMA ribbon as a support and truly going back up and following this trend with it moving up, or if it's going to keep the 4-hour trend and continue moving down. Well, actually, on the 1 hour, it's higher lows and higher highs on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, I would agree with you, yes. On the 4 hour, for sure. Lower, 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 lower. I'd agree with you on the 4 hours. No, I'm good, man. This is how I mark my charts up. I appreciate that, but I appreciate it, but this is how I mark my charts up. Yeah, I agree. The high time frame does look good. The high time frame looks good. But again, you're bouncing off this possible reversal. It should retest down here, but again, it's not going to go up and down. Yeah, you could move this zone up to here and make it bigger and call this your zone. I can delete our take profits here. And you can look at this. Oops. We can do it from a top-down method here. And get rid of the indicator. There you go. You can see a clean chart. These are your zones. I don't care what anyone says. These are your zones. You can certainly take a sell here. But again, going back to the 1 hour time frame here, guys. It is changing the trend here. Especially going in, this new 1 hour candle is very bullish. Very bullish 1 hour candle here. Yeah, possibly right here. Oh, I'm well aware. I'm well aware. But we're going to see what happens. Check out some of these other charts. NZD is going to end up coming down to probably retest this. GJ's consolidating. So GJ's been consolidating right here, right at this ribbon. For pretty much 10 hours with 62 pips of swing, but for 10 hours it's been consolidating. And then GBP NZD. Yeah, I just don't really love these charts right now. Yeah, I don't really like the price action on this now. Trade what the market gives you. Don't force trades. Once you draw up your charts and once you have your strategy in place, set and forget. Obviously, there's something to be said about managing the trade while you're in it, but like, and don't compare yourself to others, because gosh, this world is insane right now with social media and people flexing on other people and just trying to, just not about it, you know? I do like this GBP CAD chart though. 1 hour flipped back down on us, which looks good. Nice break of structure there. Really nice break of structure. Again, I'd like to see it retest somewhat of this area, but we could move this down to right there, but it already did break and retest once. But our key levels that we'd be looking at here are going to be Anthem. I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. All I'm saying is there's way too much negativity in the trading community, and that's what I'm trying to change. So that's going to be your key points there, though. Yes, I do. It's pinned in the comments there for you. We do have a free Discord. It's pinned in the comments. If not, actually, the Nightbot just sent it out too. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Deborah. GBP NZD, you're going to buy it on the 1 hour. For me, it's still too risky, personally. For me, it's still too risky. It doesn't meet all my criteria to take a trade, so I wouldn't personally, but yeah, but when you stream live and you have people watching you, there are negative repercussions for your trading and what you say and an influence on people. So this stream is going to be a positive stream always. And I'm not just talking shit, like, we're pretty positive. Even with traders I don't agree with. There's a lot of traders I don't agree with. But if you're profitable, it's really hard to argue with you, you know? Oh, I got you. Not now. Yeah. I'd want to see it break this area and retest it, and then I'd get in a buy at our retest right here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I got it. Oh, so you're saying when you see a change on your system on the 1 hour. Nice. Yeah, it's so weird to me. I don't understand it either, man. There's so many different ways to trade, and for people to come on and like do those reaction videos of, oh, this guy's got no idea what he's talking about, like, the amount of time you just spent making a video talking shit about someone else's strategy, you could have been perfecting yours. There's just so many different ways, you know? Needs to be clipped. I'm glad most of you guys agree. It's a very toxic industry, trading industry. We're going to change that, though. Everybody's got something to say. Whether you win, whether you lose, whether you're profitable, whether you're not profitable, if you have negative RR, you have positive RR. Somebody's always going to have something to say, guys. Trade your strategy. Make your money. Do what you got to do to make yourself happy. I still really like, I think GBP CAD is the only trade that I really like right now. Personally, that's what I'm looking at right now is the GBP CAD sells. Because I just do not like the price action of that Euro AUD. We're about to possibly get an hour close here that is... Oh, look at the 15-minute. Elijah, what's going on, man? Yesterday went well. I know most people got out with a small profit. I got out with a little bit of a profit as well. We had a little bit of drawdown, but it did go into profit, about 20 pips. And then NFP happened, and it shot up the other way, but I let everybody in the Discord know that they should get out and not hold before the news. So it did go well. We made money. Thanks for asking, though, Elijah. Thanks for asking. I really like sells on this chart, to be honest with you guys. I really do. It depends on your account size and the size of lot you're using. I would advise going to baby pips. Yes, it is. We use the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and the 15-minute. But right now I'm looking at the 1 hour is what you're seeing on screen. Is the 1 hour. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad it's similar. No, I don't have to wait an hour. I just choose to. No, you don't have to. Oh, you're saying no. So the hour chart just means each candle is an hour worth of movement. You can drop it, go to the 4 hour, and on this one, each candle is a 4 hours worth of movement. You guys are funny. No FOMO, bros, is a good one. Yeah, no FOMO over here. At all. But Mr. Berries, yeah, we don't have to wait an hour. Just each candle is an hour's worth of price that it's showing you. That was pretty funny, Desmond. I personally think this thing's going to drop off. I think it's going to go for at least 10 pips. But again, your next zone is like 20 to 40 pips. Like 20 to 40 is your next zone. So it's getting... I think it's going to go for the 10 for sure. You guys are funny. This is actually just one indicator, man. All I gotta do is click the button. It's my indicator. Junior trades crazy. These are zones and take profits that we've already marked out. We've been watching this for a while. But yeah, this is my indicator when I click that, so. I get what you did there, Desmond. I see what you did. And your stop loss on this one's going to be... it's going to be a pretty one. 22-ish pips. It'd be a pretty tight stop loss. Super Bowl's on Sunday. Yeah, the most we'd hold is 23 pips. No, you can't. You can only lose what's in your account. Can't go negative. You can only lose what you have in your trading account. Super Bowl is garbage this year. It's two teams that I don't enjoy watching. We're gonna see what happens at this 9 o'clock hour. So when we get a new 4-hour candle. Oh my gosh. Adele, everybody knows Tom Brady, yes. Everyone knows him. I'm a Jets fan, so I'm not gonna say anything. We're terrible. We're terrible every year. Every single year. Every single year. That's wild, really. That's brutal. Desmond, that is brutal. Hey, Jose, tell your son happy birthday from us. You're good, brother. Yeah, I agree with you there, man. I agree with you. Yeah, I saw that about your friend from Seattle, Desmond. I saw that. That's wild. We got over 18K volume too, guys, so there's no reason that it can't move. The volume's there. The volume is there. Volume is 100% there, so not mad about that. We'll look at the 4 real quick, because we got, what, 19 minutes left? 20 minutes left until we get a new 4-hour candle. I think overall it is bearish. I do like the sells here. I just think you're going to get a little bit of retracement to the zone before it goes back down. But again, like we talked about, it's only 20 pips to the zone. So any drawdown we were to hold is 18 pips. If we were to put a stop loss right above it just to make sure we don't get wicked out, like 25 pips at the absolute most. At the most. Have a good one, man. Take care. I just don't like that price action going into the 4-hour, you know, guys? With that wick up and it possibly flipping green, I don't like that on the 4-hour that much. Realistically, we can come up and tap. I don't know what you're saying. You've uncapped, been on the yen trade. W7 Forex. Looks like he deleted it. Yeah, I agree. I'm not really loving any of this price action, to be honest with you. I'm going to track GBP CAD. What I'm going to do here on the yen trade, no. Nope. We're making money with our system here. I think, did we take any? Yeah, we took USD JPYs earlier in the day. Earlier in the week, I mean. Yeah, like I said, I'm not liking any price action. What I'm going to do is put an alert right here. Because if this comes back and taps this zone, and call it sell zone retracement, and I'll trigger that as a possible sell, because I truly believe this broke structure heavily and it's going to continue downward. I just don't really like I appreciate it, W7 Forex, man. Thank you. Thanks for joining the stream, too. I hope everything's going well in your life. Hope you're killing it. I'm putting alerts down just so I know where the market's at without having to stare at a chart. I suggest everybody do the same. Again, you do have to have TradingView like the paid version. It doesn't have to be the most expensive one, but you do have to have the paid version for it to transfer over to your phone. Otherwise, you're just logging in and I believe it doesn't transfer over unless you have the paid version of TradingView. But we'll see. Now look at this 15-minute candle here, guys. If we don't see anything good, oh, W7 Forex, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. Means a lot. Thank you. Yeah, it's just we're just a growing community, all looking to do the same thing, make money in the markets. $1,052 subs, guys. It's pretty awesome. It's not engulfing because it didn't engulf the wick down here. It engulfed the body, but it didn't engulf the wick down here. On the 1 hour at least. Unless you mean on the 4. It's a hell of a lot of pips from where we put our line that it needed to go to. 112 pips in profit. This zone scares me right here. I would suggest Flowers, Slady. I would suggest learning price action and market structure. Watch as many videos as you can on market structure and price action trading. Oh, you're on the 30? It still didn't get the wick. I see what you're looking at, though. I agree. Yeah, it does. And it retested EMA. It did retest EMA. We're going into a 4-hour candle, so if it doesn't break the highs of the previous 4-hour candle, that was the only thing that would really deter me. I appreciate that, W7, man. Thank you. Means a lot. Thank you. I also worked on Wall Street, guys, so I understand how institutions trade too. I did it. Been there. Not saying I have all the answers, but the strategy I built is based on some of those core principles. You can look me up. It's on my LinkedIn. mark it as a buy and move it to the top here. What's GBP CAD doing? We got what, 12 minutes left? Yeah, I don't think we're taking anything tonight, guys. I don't like anything. I think it's a no trade night, to be honest with you. Here's what I will say. Make sure you're in the Discord though, because I might send a sell signal on this GBP CAD if it touches this zone and retraces. So I did a couple things. I traded. I was with Merrill Lynch for a while as an investment banker.
You might think you need a team of people.
And then I was also in underwriting for a company called Imperial Advance. It's now called Funderial. They are a massive hedge fund owned by a Russian guy. We did over a ton of money. We did over $500 million a year in funding. Smaller fish in terms of Wall Street, but still pretty large. He started with a line of credit from Wells Fargo and then turned it into an actual hedge fund. I was with him for many years doing that. A lot of work, man. A lot of work. A lot of stressful weeks, stressful months, stressful years. I have a finance degree. And I interview well. Yeah, Miguel loves that Asian session. Yeah, then I decided to get back into the golf industry. Yep, high salaries, big stress. I had a couple roles. When I opened their Miami office, I had a different role than when I was working in New York, because I opened a Miami office for them as well. So, I had a couple roles, man. You can go look on my LinkedIn if you want to see what my job roles were. That's what I think so too, Miguel. I agree with you 100%. Market manipulation is not exactly what you would think it is, and I don't have a 100% answer, so I'm going to be very careful with what I say here. I do not think that companies go out there to try and manipulate the market intentionally to screw retail traders. They only have what's best in mind for them. So whatever's best for BlackRock is what BlackRock is going to do. How that affects the retail traders is completely separate. That's how I'll put that. Institutional trading is going to do what they want to do regardless. No matter what. That's just the truth. They're going to do what they want regardless, and in whatever's in their best interests. Dell hit me with the LinkedIn. You got to scroll down to it was called Imperial Advance at the time. I don't really like trading with them because I don't like the price action as much and the market structure with metals. Yeah, there's one that I didn't put on there too because I was actually a branch manager of an entire loan and high risk loan operation too. But of course, people use AI. Yeah, people use AI for everything now. Yeah, I mean, you got to have good risk management in order to not take huge losses that wipe out your account. We don't want to liquidate the small guys. Good UV, it sounds like you might be over trading or mismanaging your funds in terms of risk management. I think, yeah, I mean, they're very restrictive. That's why I don't like prop firms, to be quite honest with you guys. That's just my opinion on it, though. Yeah, the servers are. I agree. It depends if it's an A broker or B broker, but if it's a B broker, you're getting screwed. You have to know how they book their trades. Very important. Guys, I think that's it for us tonight. I don't like any of these charts, and one of the most important things you can do in trading is not trade when it doesn't fit our criteria. I don't see any of these charts that fit our criteria other than GBP CAD. I think it is eventually going to sell down, but I also think it's going to retest this fair value gap up here before it does. I think it's going to come up here and we'll end up taking a sell up there. It doesn't meet our criteria, guys. So again, I really appreciate everybody who came in today. We hit another milestone. We had over 70 people in here at once, which is wild. But make sure you guys tune in every Sunday through Thursday. Sunday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're live. Make sure you turn notifications on and subscribe. If you want to get into the free Discord community, you can. But yeah, make sure you guys just become a part of something bigger, you know? Better community where you can learn to trade, make mistakes with people, learn with people. That's what we're trying to do here. So, again, I appreciate you guys very much. I love seeing you guys show up day in and day out. No trades today, though. Market structure wasn't in our favor. So, take this as a lesson. You don't always have to trade. You do not always have to trade. Sometimes not trading is the best strategy there is on a day like today. But I will be watching GBP CAD sales. If you guys are in the Telegram, I will send that out to you. So Desmond, Jose, Daniel, Dynax, Adele, Miguel, Good UV, everyone that was in today, W7, everyone that was in here today, I appreciate you guys. We had over 3,000 views, almost 4,000 views. Appreciate you guys. Have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys, for tomorrow's stream, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.